Hello there everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I am going to talk about Disclosure Day. This is obviously an upcoming American science fiction film produced and directed by the one and only GOAT Steven Spielberg from a screenplay by David Kopp based on a story by Spielberg. The film stars Emily Blunt, Josh O'Connor, obviously Colin Firth, Eve Hawson, I think, and Coleman Domingo. In April 2024, it was reported that Spielberg's next project would be an UFO film based on his original idea, with co-writing the screenplay. Within the next few months, Universal Pictures was announced as distributor and Blunt was cast in the lead role. Filming took place from February to May 2025. Disclosure Day is scheduled to be released in the United States by Universal Pictures on June the 12th, 2026. Obviously, Steven Spielberg is obviously the legend he is, right? He has directed and obviously made a couple of great films, obviously, in the last, I guess, decade, right? He made E.T. and Close Encounters, and I think these two films will be inspirations for his next film. So this one, Disclosure Day, right? So obviously in E.T., Elliot finds an alien in the forest, right? And obviously with Close Encounters, we have the humanity, I guess, making contact with aliens thanks to like rhythmic beats, right? So there we go. Obviously with Disclosure Day, we have only got a trailer and a few posters, it looks like, for like the main characters. But the thing is, the film is very hush-hush, very secretive, right? That is very intriguing, right? Obviously the film is made by Steven Spielberg and he knows his stuff, right? He knows his films and he knows a lot of things about like these aliens, you know, kind of things, right? Obviously he made a couple of films about it, but people assume that he's been quiet on this because it has links to like, I don't know, the military. Those are just like urban theories, right? But anyhow, obviously Emily Blunt plays a Kansas City TV meteorologist, I guess, or a news reporter. Josh O'Connor as a whistleblower or activist, right? Then people are not quite sure who the characters actually are, right? So Josh O'Connor, last seen in Wake Up That Man, which he was so brilliant in. Obviously Emily Blunt is also a British actress, obviously best known for other roles like, obviously, I think Quiet Place, right? No, I think the film with her husband, right? Josh, what was his name? Josh Krasinski, right? Jim from from The Office, right? So there we go. All right, we have Colin Firth, obviously another British icon, right? We have it looks like Eve Hawson or Hewson, I think. We have White Russell, Coleman Domingo, Elizabeth Marvel as a nun, Henry Lloyd Hughes, Michael Gaston, McKenna Bridger, Elliot Viller as Agent Diaz, Tommy Martinez as Dave, Patricia Connelly as Ruth, Noah Robinson as Agent Munsey, Chefo Gurrier Jr. as referee, obviously Lance Archer, Brian Cage, and Gabby Beans. In April 2024, it was announced that Steven Spielberg's next directing project would be an UFO film based on his own original idea, with David Kopp, who worked with Spielberg on multiple films, writing the screenplay. In May, Universal was set to distribute. The following month, Emily Blunt was reported to be in talks to join the lead role. She was confirmed to star in August. From August to December, Colin Firth, Eve Hawson, Coleman Domingo, White Russell, and Josh O'Connor were cast. O'Connor was offered his role without having to audition. That's really nice. Henry Lloyd Hughes also quietly joined the cast and was offered his part obviously without an audition, right? Or audition, right? Alright, in March 2025, it was announced that Paul Tazewell would serve as costume designer in his second collaboration with Spielberg, following West Side Story, which is really interesting. Principal photography began on February 26th, 2025 in New Jersey, Atlanta, New York City, and Huntington under the title Non-View. So obviously this leans back into like the disclosure, right? Obviously all will be disclosed, and I think that's really interesting, right? I mean, it's about like secrets and stuff like that. In the film, it's about keeping shut, right? About the aliens or the extraterrestrials, right? And I think that's rather interesting. A film about keeping quiet about aliens and actually having that in like the main, marketing campaign is also so interesting and intriguing, right? So there we go. I guess the poster looks really cool. We've got a couple of them for the main characters, like I said. Obviously, there was this one billboard in New York that I really liked seeing. It was like a blue eye with like a bird flipped over. It was so interesting and so experimental. So there we go. Obviously, man, I mean, I've got to thank Steven Spielberg for so many things. Obviously, he created so many childhoods, and he's one of my heroes, right? He's obviously an American filmmaker, a major figure of the new Hollywood era and pioneer of the modern blockbuster. And I'm going to see this film. The thing is, I have no idea where this film will go, right? I am interested, I'm intrigued, but I can't really tell you so much about it, right? Obviously, the film is going to be about aliens, and obviously, it looks like also corn crops or corn circles or corn figurines, right? Same goes for like the film from Signs, right? I think that's an M. Night Shyamalan film, right? Obviously, but the thing is, with Steven, he has made so many, great iconic films, right? Obviously, Schindler's List, Close Encounters, E.T., Indiana Jones, Empire of the Sun, Back to the Future. He also produced that, and obviously with his, founded company, Emblem Entertainment and DreamWorks Pictures, he has made tons of like happy, happy people, right? So there we go. Obviously, The Fablemans was, I think, his earlier work from the last 10 years, right? Obviously, we also had West Side Story, but I think it was West Side Story released in 22. Fablemans was in 23, right? And now, obviously, 2 years later, we have Disclosure Day. So, alright, by October 2025, John Williams had been hired to compose the score for the film, making this its 30th collaboration with Spielberg, which is really, really cool. Marketing for the film began in December 2025, so I guess, yeah, revealing the tagline, all will be disclosed, along with the film's June 12th release date. On December 16th, it was officially revealed that the film would be called Disclosure Day, alongside the release of the trailer. Obviously, it is very interesting, right? Like I said, it's very, silent, right? It's very, the secrets of this film are still quiet, I suppose. The plot isn't really, there yet, obviously, because I'm looking at Wikipedia here, and obviously we have the summary here from the cast and what's it about, the cast, and obviously the production and the filming, but there's no synopsis. That's weird, right? And the film is going to release in 6 months, so hopefully hopefully they're going to have some more promotional material for this one, or I'm really excited, can't wait where this will go, right? And that's pretty much it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very small video, but I can't really say much more about it. I'm just really, really hyped and interested to see where this will go. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will check you later. Goodbye, everyone.